5 mistakes people make with whiskey. We ourselves have made some of these mistakes. We've seen other people make some of these mistakes.
Mistake number 1, being a bitch.
Shut up, bitch.
When you drink too much whiskey and you cry, maybe don't drink anymore.
Bitch.
A little close to home, but apparently we now have 6 mistakes that people make with whiskey.
That was a joke.
Number 1, a mistake people make with whiskey, a lack of double butt blinding. Kira, what's a double butt blind?
You should not know what the cups are.
We've seen lots of comments during our blinds, people like, oh, I know every whiskey in my house. I can have my wife set up anything in my house and I've got 100 bottles, I know them all. You're full of shit, you don't. Blinds and what order the blind is in and what is in the blind changes everything, and the most beautiful thing about a blind is it tells you about your palate.
Yeah, it tells you how much of a loser you are. You think, wow, I can pick out Blantons from anywhere. Guess what? You can't do anything. Just remember that.
Bottle bias is a real thing. Price bias is a real thing. You need to be blinding your own whiskey because you might be cheating yourself a little bit. Turns out Kira loves Eagle Rare and New Riff, yet she continues to say she doesn't, but what does a blind tell you?
It's lying. It's a lying blinder.
Mistake number 1.5, don't lie to yourself. When it comes to whiskey, blinds are king.
Don't have a blind person tell you how to cross the road. Well, they're like, listen for the beeps.
Mistake number 2 that some people make is they're overly focused on age statements. Kira, why is that a problem?
Because there are some things that have no age state on them, and they're pretty dang delish. No sus.
So Kira, is older always better?
Okay.
Mistake number 2.5, making a list of 5 mistakes and shooting it with Kira.
All right, older is not always better. It could be too oaky and it could be like gross.
Or does age not have a direct correlation to taste? And let me give you an example. Eagle Rare is age stated at 10 years.
Oh, it's nasty.
Not only that, but there is the danger of something being over oaked, which is mistake number 3 people make when it comes to whiskey. So we were at Justin's House of Bourbon not that long ago for a private tasting, thanks to Bubble Bath Bourbon. Go give him a subscribe. The person that gave us the tasting, she suggested that over oaking tends to be common above 14 or 15 years.
And I know everybody loves the Evan Williams 23. I love Evan Williams, and I was like, ooh, I can only taste the wood in here. And you know what? When you're doing stuff, you don't want just wood.
Name it for sex tape.
Buying per FOMO. Someone who's like, dude, you have to get the Blantons. They're selling Blantons at the store for like $80. Like, that's a good price. You get the Blantons, you bring it home, and you're like, this tastes like water. Don't buy because of FOMO, because a lot of your friends are stupid.
Here's the confusing thing though about your example. You and I are not big fans of Blantons.
No.
If we have the chance to buy Blantons for $70 or $80, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm not an idiot.
This concept of buying per FOMO goes right into the 5th mistake people make when it comes to whiskey. That higher cost equals better whiskey. At some point, that increase in cost doesn't justify the increase in the betterment of the whiskey, even if it is better.
I did buy a bottle that was $300, and then I came home and I drank it and I was like, oh my gosh, made a mistake. Don't show the bottle.
We only have one $300 bottle of bourbon in the bar. It's Justin's House of Bourbon, straight bourbon whiskey. It's a single barrel. This is 118 proof, 14-year-old Kentucky whiskey. It is great. Would you rather have one bottle of that or 3 or 4 bottles of your favorite, more affordable, more findable whiskey?
Like if I'm gonna pay $300 for a bottle, there should be more to the palate.
Sure.
It's like that vacuum, what is it, the Kirby, that like does like 400 things but doesn't like take you to bed.
The vacuum hose was attached to his penis and his left testicle.
We gotta cut it off.
My penis? No, he's talking about the hose, not your penis.
What? You're not breaking my Power Master 5000.
Why am I gonna spend $2,000 on this vacuum when it doesn't do everything? Kind of like this.
This finish goes on for days. It has this complex, nutty profile.
It's very a caramelized honey. I don't think I've ever said that before. Caramelized honey, very sweet, but I'm also getting a ton of oak on it. It's not over oaked, and now we're making people think I need to pay a lot of money for good whiskey. No, you don't. Because you know what? You can have this and get just as buzzed. And if you like Jif peanut butter, you're gonna love this.
So mistake number 6 that people make is watching this channel. That piece of garbage, that hot white garbage. I can say that because I am white.
This is the Larry Bird of freaking stuff.
I would put this actually very similar to a Calumet 15, and I think I like Calumet 15 better.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Kira, do this thing for me that sometimes you do at the end of these videos, and close the show.
Okay, everybody, you all make mistakes. I make only a minuscule amount of mistakes because this is my life and this is how I choose to live it, okay? And if you think it's wrong, that's your mistake for thinking about me. That's weird. But I can judge you because you're watching me right now. So you make so many mistakes, you don't know how to even choose a whiskey. And I'm gonna tell you right now, go to the store. How about you use a number 2 pencil for once instead of your stupid pen? Because every mistake you make, you can see the mistake as you're crossing it out. Just erase it. Because you got this. Just give one thought. We don't need to hear your life story, you bitch.